Good morning, my family. Okay, it's a full day. I did nothing over the weekend. A matter of fact, we had a very busy weekend. Our church had a festival that we went to. It was amazing. Fireworks. It was just a all-day event, and it was amazing. And me and Mr. James actually got baptized this weekend, so it was a very full weekend. So nothing got done. When I mean nothing got done, not even the garden. So I've got to get out there and pick. I'm learning one thing. We have tomatoes this year, and I am blessed to have them. Only I ran into another problem that just highly disturbs me. With all the rain that we are having, it is literally destroying my beautiful tomatoes. And not only that, I have stink bugs and leaf-footed bugs now. I just can't seem to win for losing. But green beans are doing great. So I'm going to be canning dilly beans. And I've already done a segment on how to do dilly beans with you. But I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go out there and pick these tomatoes and immediately... look, y'all. They look beautiful right here, but they've got issues. So what I'm going to do, they're not cannable this year, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to look for a good deal for boxes of tomatoes, or literally buy San Marzano tomatoes and put on my shelf. You know, I'm going to be blessed with what I can. We do have one thing that I'm going to work with you. It is going to be a very surprise bed. And that is going to be our potatoes, because it is time. While it's not raining, and we got a storm coming this afternoon, so while it's not raining, you and I, all of you, are going outside with me, and we're going to see what's in that bed. I don't know just as much as you don't. I'm very, very nervous based on what's happening here, based by all this rain, and I need to harvest my potatoes and then get them dried out. Now, how we're going to do that, I'm going to do one section at a time, but before I get into the other part of it, let's make sure we have potatoes first. I think I went and harvested green beans Thursday or Friday. So I'm going to go check and see if there's any remnants left, because I am definitely got to get these dilly beans done. They cannot sit in my fridge no more. So we got to get to that. I had fun this weekend, but I got to get back to work today. So let's see what we can do. And like I said, I decided to wait on the potatoes to see what we get out of them with you, because I just like to hang out with my family. So y'all, while those dilly beans are working, I guess I'm just going to roast these, and we're going to make roasted tomatoes and freeze it so I can make marinara at least out of these. So we're going to see how many more tomatoes we can pick today as well. So let's go to the garden, y'all. But before I do, I'm going to be putting on some of that beautiful cream I got from my really, really good friend in Canada. It's called Gardener's Dream or something like that. Whatever it is, it's like the Skin So Soft from Avon against mosquitoes. So, y'all, I need it, because we're going to dig in beds, and it seems like our mosquitoes are embedded in our beds. So I will not be defeated. Let's go to the garden. Alright, y'all. We're going to start with the green beans, see what we got here. So let's get picking. y'all, so this is our potato bed, and as you can see, they are completely died out. Most people, a lot of people will not let them get this far. They'll still have green on them. I wanted to ensure if, and that's a huge if at this point, if there are any potatoes in this bed, I wanted to be able to make sure that they had enough time to grow. It is now time before, with all this rain, at this point, with all these died out, and you've seen how full this was, I don't want them rotting in this bed. And I'm really praying that, number one, there is something due to all the rain, and two, that they're not rotted. So y'all, without further ado, let's all see what this surprise box has for us, shall we? Alright, y'all. Oh, hang on. Alright, wasn't trying to play a trick on you. I know you're all waiting just as much as I was, but I had to get that salty sweat out of my eyes. And before I'm done, y'all, yes, I'm going to be soaked because it is extremely hot out here. I will tell you first off, well, number one, if you have a wet rag, put it around your neck. Believe it or not, it helps to keep you cool while you're out here. This is getting soaked. Second of all, when we planted these potatoes, we did half and half, and I'm going to tell you my verdict. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm going to tell you my verdict. We did half purchased seed potatoes that were called Huckleberry Golds, and they were the non-glycemic or low glycemic potatoes, not non but low glycemic potatoes. And then we had some russets that sprouted from the store, so we planted them. I always heard, well, you can plant your potatoes even from the store and you'll get some. I'm going to tell you in my findings, every single potato that we had from the store produced nothing. Nothing. It was rotted. There was nothing in them. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. If you really want to plant potatoes, buy seed potatoes. You're your best. Now, am I disappointed? Somewhat. But I'm also blessed at the same time, because the way our weather has been, y'all, the way it has been raining all the time, I could have had this whole entire bed rotted completely out, and I was scared to death. So let me show you what we did. We have about 2 meals out of this. Now we have one from the biggest potato from this garden down to the itty bitties. Every one of them are going to get used. I don't care, y'all. So I am not seriously disappointed. We got 2 meals out of this, and I only purchased 1 seed bag because I wanted to test it. So I got about double of what we ordered. So y'all, am I disappointed? Not really. I'm blessed. Every little bit counts. Now I'm going to show you how we cure these after we check our tomatoes, and we're going back inside where it's cooler, y'all. So I'll be back with you soon. We're going to check these tomatoes, and then we're going inside, and I'm going to check on some peppers too. Get out of my garden. You don't belong here. Alright, y'all, let's take our bounty inside. I'll show you what we got. Alright, y'all, so here was the tomatoes. Now, I will tell you one thing. I am so disheartened in my San Marzanos. Now, the first time I did this, the soil condition was not right. And yeah, y'all, you can see it is up in the hundreds with the heat index right now, so this is why we're inside. Hang on, let me get something to drink, y'all. San Marzanos. So the first time my soil condition was not right, and I lost a crop of San Marzanos due to bottom end rot. This year I got the soil just right and everything was perfect. Now we're dealing with so much rain. It's taken a toll on all of our tomatoes. On top of that, stink bugs and leaf-footed bugs. As you saw, I'm covered in them, and I've been using diatomaceous food grade earth on them because I don't know how else to save it. So these cannot stay. Unlike you, most people who go in your garden, you get your tomato, they'll last you about a week, but they're not doing that. Between the heat, the rain, they are going bad quickly because it gets soft, and then the bugs. I can't seem to win for losing. At this point, I'm debating, do I really want tomatoes next year? I know I do. I got to figure this out. I may try to do some kind of tent, but the way as tall as these plants get, so I'm going to have to figure out some kind of environment to keep the bugs out too, and leave it to me. I'll figure out something. Some kind of tomato oasis is what I'm looking at. So in the meantime, we're going to use what we got, cut around, and we're going to roast these tomatoes immediately because tonight I am having eggplant parmigiana, and so we're going to use this sauce. So that was the tomatoes. I'm going to give you an example of all the green beans that I'm going to be dillying today and show you what we have to work with this stock. Alright, y'all, mind you, this is a restaurant style bowl, and about half of this is filled with green beans. Am I going to make all these dilly beans? Probably not. I'm going to probably take some of these and turn them into French or cut beans too. So our beans, I will tell you, they are getting to the point of getting very minimal now. So at this point, I'm probably going to pull up all the bush beans, replant some more for another harvest of bush beans for the winter, and we'll be done. I'm not going to do no more pole beans, y'all, because I don't need that many beans no more. I honestly have about 40, maybe, no. I forgot how many I had, y'all. Let me go look. Alright, y'all, so as far as green beans are concerned for supper, we have 38 pints between half and half of cut beans and French cut green beans. I have 4 pints of dilly beans, so we can stand to use more dilly beans because they make amazing snacks, very much healthier. And I'll probably be adding some more French cut because that's the one that's less of. And currently, which we are done with corn, 50 pints of corn for the winter. So y'all, we're going on a really good start here towards winter. I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm just going to be prepared because my husband may end up with another job, by the grace of God. And so we're going to take that and do what we can. Now, for our potatoes, how are we going to store these? First, I'm going to tell you, do not wash these potatoes. Don't. You wait until the curing part is over. These are not even ready to eat right now. Don't even attempt to. So I'm going to get a box that I could put these in because I want to make a single layer. But the first thing I want to tell you, if you have potatoes, please don't wash them. Not yet. Let me get something to put these in. Okay, y'all, so I am using just a half gallon or 12 quart box. This is good enough for what we have. You just need a nice size box. You can make a single layer of your potatoes in here. You do not want them stacked on each other. They need to dry out. And you're going to put them in a cool, dark place for 5 to 7 days. I'm going to leave them in for a full entire week until next Monday, so we cannot use these yet. But as you see, y'all, this is what we have when that was a baby. Like I said, we have some itty bitty bitties. I don't know. They're, yeah, snackables. And then we have a few good-sized potatoes. Am I blessed? Yes. Disappointed? Maybe. But, hey, I'm going to look at it this way, y'all. I could have had nothing. Absolutely nothing. I do not want to be grateful for something that I was blessed when I could have had nothing at all with all this rain. Every bit of this could have been rotted. So I give thanks to the Lord for a bountiful harvest. And now I'm going to go put these in my pantry because I don't have a root cellar. And the only thing I have is my canning room. So I'm going to try to put these in there, let them sit in there to cure for a week. What it is the skins are super soft right now. And so we want to be able to toughen them up a bit so that they'll last in storage. So we will put these up and be right back. And one last thing that we harvested from the garden today, which I'm waiting for the rest, but it's a start. This is the first, I forgot what these were. These are chili peppers, I think. I forget the name of it. It's the one that makes sriracha sauce. So these are the first ones to turn red on that. We got one. It's not going to make sauce, but hey, we're going to do our best. And for the first time, y'all, I have to say, this is my third time. There's something about that 3 times a charm. This is my third time trying to grow bell peppers. And most all, I got a good bunch last year that I could freeze some, but they were small. This year, I'm about to cry. You all don't know how hard I work to get these gardens just right. And it's really devastating when I could see a flock of bugs coming in right now and just annihilating me. I work hard to do what I do and then to share with you in hopes and prayers when I put that first seed in the ground or when I start my plants that I could say, you know what, we got a great harvest. And I'm going to say blessed no matter what. But y'all, that's the first bell pepper I got this big. I kind of wish I could just trophy this one, but we're going to eat it. So, you know, we got to do some chili. So I may freeze this basically and add this to our chili because, hey, it's going to be a good pepper. I only have one right now, but we're just now getting into the heat of summer. And this is the season that pepper plants absolutely love. So, our tomatoes are bombing. Let's see what our peppers do. Okay, y'all, so that would conclude our day. As you see, I have a lot of work to do. I've got to do marinara. Now, how am I doing that? Simple. Y'all, I'm just going to roast these. I'm going to wash all my tomatoes, put them in a baking dish, add some onions to it, and I'm going to add some fresh garlic, top it with some olive oil and sprinkle of salt, roast them, and then when they come out, I'm going to put them through, and I'm going to take all the skins off of it, run it through a food processor, and freeze it, y'all. That's all I'm going to do because these are just sadly unable to can them this year. Now I'm really going to sit here and debate, do I really want to do tomatoes one more round? I'm going to try this again. This is my second year in San Marzano, so maybe next year. I'm going to see what we do. The cherry tomatoes are in abundance, but they are overrun with leaf-footed bugs. Maybe it's just a bad year for pestilence and rain, and I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to take what I can get, do what I can do. In the meantime, I may have to know that save up the money every summer and just go out and purchase. Either buy them by the food can, which I absolutely despise doing, or buy them by the boxes and just know that San Marzano's might not be my thing unless I purchase them. So If I do get tomatoes, maybe I can look for plum tomatoes, Amish tomatoes, or just regular tomatoes and just can it for sauce. I like fresh, but the problem is finding fresh anymore is extremely hard. I'm gonna tell you, I can taste the difference, y'all. So even at these ones called markets, fresh markets, they're not exactly homegrown. So, and then the ones you can find homegrown, I'm gonna tell you, the price is so outrageous. I'd rather go deal with leaf-footed bugs than to deal with that. So there's that. But I'm going to just do the best I can. I cannot say perfection is my life. It isn't. You just never know. Life is a Forrest Gump. Okay, let's be a Forrest Gump just for a little bit, y'all, here on the Mediterranean Homestead. Life is like a box of chocolates. You just never know what you're going to get. And this is the Mississippi weather. I never know what we're going to get. To be honest with you, I never seen one leaf-footed bug since I've been living here. Never. Until this year. Now I'm dealing with those. I'm not dealing with bottom end rot now. I am dealing with something that's sucking the life out of my tomatoes. So, I'm going to take what I can get, work with what I got, just like my potatoes. Now, I did get twice the amount that I bought. So I think next year I'm just going to purchase double the amount of seed potatoes. And no, actually I didn't get that much, y'all. I think I bought 50 and I didn't even get that much. But regardless, I'm going to be happy with what we got, and I'm going to try it again next year. Like I said, we did get an awful lot of rain. So the bed was perfect. The soil was easy to loosen up, find potatoes. It was the perfect place, and I'm going to keep that for a potato bed, and I will be using that again. So we'll see what we get next year. I do know that we can grow potatoes there, though, regardless. So it's time for me to go to work, y'all. I have to go to the co-op right quick, and I got to get this stuff taken care of and start supper. So I love you. And thank you for spending the day with me. This week I am going to be doing another sewing segment on circular type of coverings for those who have like the artesian mixers, Bosch mixers, maybe even Instapots. These are the type of coverings for those devices. So we're going to be teaching you how to do that, and it's so super simple. It's unreal. So I love y'all. You have no idea. And thank you, by the way. I have to say this. I don't know what happened, but I went to sleep this weekend. I haven't even been on my phone much. And when I woke up this morning and did some checking, I looked at the channel, and y'all, you have no idea how much you blessed me. I could not believe the amount more of family we have. We have reached the threshold, y'all, once again, of 9,300 subscribers. So, God bless you. Welcome to the family. For all who are new, I hope you find that what we do on this crazy farm, you're going to get reality here, y'all. That's just plain and simple. I don't believe in being somebody I'm not. Just because I'm on a camera right here, and some of you may watch me on TV, and it looks like we're having a TV program. This is real. You're going to get the good, the bad, and the ugly. You're going to get the reality of our life. We are a Mediterranean Christian homestead, and I love life, and I try to share it as much as possible. Are we perfect? Nope. Please don't look for perfection, because you will not find it on this farm. You just never know what you're going to get. So, I love you. And until next time, much love from this soggy, wet, hot Parton's Mediterranean Homestead. Mwah. See ya.